Hi, CP Algebra 1. This is SLE number 5, solving two-step equations. So make sure I've answered all your questions um, about the homework, and you also have the odd answers for last night's homework, both on Schoology and or during class. All right, so a two-step equation means we have to do two math operations in order to solve a problem. So remember, addition and subtraction, they undo each other. Multiply and divide, they undo each other. So what we will do is we're going to go in this order. We will add or subtract to get the letter by itself first, and then we'll multiply and divide to get it second. Okay. Calculator tips, let's not worry about too much about that. All right, so think about this. Each of these, I'm going to go ahead, and this one says use a calculator. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to have the dotted line, and then when we take a look, so we have 2x plus 5 on one side, so I want x all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides first. Okay, add or subtract first. Those cancel out, and that leaves me 2x is equal to 13 subtract 5, which is 7. Divide each side by 2. Those cancel, and that's going to leave me x equals 7 over 2. Now, if you did 7 over 2 on a calculator, you could also have an answer of 3.5. It's your choice. Doesn't matter. Problem number 2. I have 4x minus 11 on one side. I want x by itself, so I'm going to add 11 first. Those are going to cancel, so I'm going to get 4x is equal to 17 and 11 is 28. Divide each side by 4. So x is equal to, if you go 28 divided by 4 on a calculator, you wind up getting 7. That's what it reduces to. Problem number 3, I have 2a plus 6 on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides first. These cancel, so I get 2a equals 26. And then I'm going to divide each side by 2. So 26 divided by 2 on your calculator comes out to 13. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I get 3 over 2x, so let's worry about the fraction in a moment, is equal to 12. Now, there's a way we can get through this. I can multiply both sides by 2 first because that's the denominator, and those clear those out, and I get 24. And then I'm going to divide each side by 3, and that's going to give me x equals 8. Now, make sure, if you're watching this lesson during class, make sure you pause it if you have questions, and I can answer your questions for you to try and help you out. Problem number 5. Oh, no, we have the negative, negative. So let's take care of the negative, negative first. So that's going to become a positive 4. Then I'm going to go ahead and start getting z by itself. Those cancel out. Okay, negative 2z equals 18 minus 4 is 14. Divide each side by negative 2. So if you go 14 divided by negative 2 on a calculator, you wind up getting an answer of negative 7. Watch your signs on that, okay? Number 6, let's get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides first. Those cancel, so I get x over 2 equals negative 6. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 because that's my denominator. Those cancel out. So negative 6 times 2 is negative 12, and there's our answer. Make sure I'm answering your questions. I can go back over any problems for you. So we have a word problem here. It says we have 331 students that went on a field trip. 6 buses were filled and 7 students had to travel in cars. How many students were in each bus? So let's highlight a few things. This is my total students. We had 6 buses and 7 were in cars. Okay, so let's think about this. I had 331 total people. I had 6 buses, so 6, we'll call it 6B for buses, and 7 students had to travel in cars. So now we can go ahead and start solving this. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Those cancel. That's going to be 326 equals 6B. Divide each side by 6. And I would use a calculator. So that's going to come out to, what does that come out to? Did I do my math right? 7 subtract. Oh, this should have been a 4. This should have been a 4. I'm sorry. I didn't use a calculator. I made a mistake. So that is going to give me 56. So 56 kids were on each bus. And there's our answer. Problem number 2 says Maria bought 7 boxes. A week later, half her boxes were destroyed in a fire. Now there are only 22 boxes left. How many did she start with? So let's highlight the important things. She bought 7 boxes. She had more boxes that were, that were sitting there. So there were 7 boxes plus whatever she had. Later that week, half were destroyed in a fire. So now she only has 22 left. Okay, so how many boxes does she have at the end? She has 22 boxes. Okay, she bought 7 more boxes, and we had a certain amount that were there. So half her boxes were destroyed in a fire. There we go with that. Now we can go ahead and subtract 7 from both sides. So that says 15 equals half x, or x over 2. Multiply both sides by 2. So it looks like she had 30 boxes. That's what she started with. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your homework for tonight. Is going to be page 21 and 22. And let's have us work on 1 through 15 all. Okay, remember, you need a calculator. You can get the calculator using the RevTrack link on Schoology. Go in there and pay for it, and then I'll tell you where to go get the calculator once you have purchased the calculator to rent for the year. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.